My father spat across my dinner table at me and my 12-year-old son. I'm Nina Wallace, 34, product manager, mother, homeowner. They threw that word inside the house I bought. I didn't cry. I didn't raise my voice. I said, "You don't get to insult my child and then ask for my money." The room stilled. From that moment, the fault line showed itself. They thought I'd bend. They thought I'd bankroll their spiral. They thought wrong. To understand that sentence, we have to step backward. I was 18 when the world split. My grandfather left me $100,000. The door I'd dreamed of. I had an acceptance letter and visions of computer science labs. That summer, my parents called me into the living room. My father crossed his arms. "We need your inheritance." "For what?" I asked. My mother's smile was rehearsed. "Connor is starting a construction company with your dad. It's a sure thing. We'll pay you back." Connor, the miracle son, didn't bother to show. He never had to. "What about college?" I whispered, the letter softening in my hands. "You can get loans, Nina." "This is for the family," my father said. My mother nodded as if the nod itself were a contract. In our house, family meant Connor, and sometimes my father's ideas. Within a year, the company folded like wet cardboard. Debt bloomed. Apologies did not. My future was the collateral. So I packed a duffel, my laptop, and $500 and left. No one followed. Night air pressed on my skin as I hauled the bag along cracked sidewalks. A dusty apartment waited, thin mattress on the floor, the first thing I owned that they hadn't claimed. The apartment smelled like dust and instant noodles, but it was mine. Days belonged to lectures, nights to paychecks. I waited tables, stocked shelves, tutored whoever needed variables untangled. Caffeine and stubbornness did the heavy lifting. I pinned my acceptance letter above the desk. It yellowed like a pressed leaf, while I learned to code past midnight. No one asked how I was eating. I learned to be my own emergency contact. By graduation, I was exhausted but undefeated. A junior role in tech changed the texture of my life. Groceries with produce, rent paid on time, loan balances shrinking with every sprint. Then I married a colleague. Sharp, funny, dependable. I told myself it felt like exhaling until it didn't. Messages on his phone rewrote the story in a handful of lines. I packed his suitcase, handed it to him, and shut the door. He stayed in our son's life at a distance measured in scheduled visits and bank transfers. I stayed standing. When I first held Declan, warm, aggrieved at the brightness of the world, I swore he would never carry my kind of loneliness. We built something steady, the two of us. I learned the difference between being needed and being used. A Tuesday evening, homework spread like confetti across the table. My phone buzzed. "Mom." Her voice trembled. "Your father's sick. The bank is foreclosing $300,000. The number hit like ice water. "You're doing so well," she added. "Help us. We're family." That last word burned. I went anyway to end the ghost stories. Lexington looked smaller, the house thinner. Inside, desperation wore coffee breath and old grievances. They asked for $200,000 to get current. When I refused, the masks slipped. "You and your son are freeloaders," my mother said. I walked out, called my friend Danielle. "Legal, not public," she said. "Buy the leverage." I hired Lauren Ramsey in a blazer to turn anger into paperwork. The bank wanted out, not drama. We bought the note, cleared the lien, and I held the deed that used to hold me. Lauren drafted terms. 5 years to stay. Structured repayment, fair interest, cease and desist. Sign and breathe. Miss a payment and leave. They didn't sign. My mother called. Voice sugar over acid. My father wheezed threats he couldn't carry. Connor texted one word, ruthless, and went quiet. I filed. Eviction is slow. Truth is patient. I saved every message, answered none. Boundaries held. 30 days later, the house sat hollow. I walked each room without nostalgia. Memories tried to bargain. I let them pass like weather. Cleaners came, locks changed, windows opened on sky. A young couple signed the lease. Laughter where accusation used to breed. The rent went to Declan's college fund. Justice, not revenge. Interest paid on 18. Back home, Declan built a Lego ship and asked if storms were over. Storms come and go, I said, showing him the deed with my name. We don't live under them. We planted marigolds along the fence. As we pressed the soil, I told him what I wish I'd heard. Strength isn't shouting, it's choosing. Respect over approval. The quiet no that protects the future. If family is a verb, it means show up. I do for him, for me, for the girl who walked away and didn't look back.